What's going on, guys? It's your boy NTG back at again with another video. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be breaking down this live trade that I took, my VIP members. I'm going to pretty much show you the technicals of it. I'm going to be doing it step by step, how I drew out the pattern, what I was looking for, how I took my TP, all that good stuff, so you guys can take a lot of notes. And then what we'll do is, once we review on how I got the trade, we'll actually go over to the live market, and I will show you guys, the actual live trade, so you guys can see the market. And also, we're going to talk a little bit about news, right? Because news was on this day, and we actually almost got stopped out, but ultimately we hit TP. So I'm gonna be showing every single thing step by step. So this is gonna be a great informative video for you guys. So make sure you guys really take notes, really pay attention, because I'm gonna go super in detail on this video. All right, guys. So make sure you guys hit that like button for your boy NTG. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more content like this. I got trading psychology coming tomorrow, and also I got a huge Bitcoin buy and hold video coming up. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. That's definitely going to break the YouTube trading community. All right, guys. So you guys already know how we like to do it. We're going to roll the intro and get straight into the video. Let's get it. All right, guys. So before we go ahead and look at the live video, right? Let's go ahead and look at gold, right? And breakout trading. So for this trade, we had a falling flag pattern, right? So, got on stream, we were looking at the live market. And as you guys notice, right? The biggest thing here on the 5-minute, okay, overall gold is sideways, but on the 5-minute, right? We're bullish, right? And you can pull out an EMA, SMA, whatever you want to do, right? Change the settings. You can put it over at 50, right? You can put it over at 100. And it's an uptrend, right? So if you guys struggle with identifying trends, I highly recommend using the SMA to identify these trends. So we're in a big uptrend, right? And this is the perfect bullish continuation pattern, right? A falling flag or a falling wedge, right? And for triangles, you want a ascending triangle. So what we essentially look for is an uptrend. That's the first thing, right? Making higher highs and higher lows, as you can see here. And then what happens is the market forms some sort of a falling pattern, right? It forms a falling pattern like this. You guys are very familiar with this, right? You can draw this out as some sort of a flag or wedge, and what continues to happen is the market goes bullish. Okay, guys, so pretty self-explanatory there. Very, very, very nice setup. So when we got on stream, this is the setup that we had perfectly. Okay, now we did have news around the 8:30 time, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit when we switch over to the live video. Okay, but pretty much, right, we have our pattern. So we just draw it out. Okay. And what we're essentially looking for, okay, you guys know I draw my trend lines and zones. So essentially what we're looking for is that breakout. So we're waiting for that break to the upside. All right. Once we do that, that's when we can actually place the trade. Now, before I place the trade, I need to find my TP area. So I like to get the recent swing of the break, right, from the bottom, and go to the body close and bring my extension down. And this is how I got my entry here from the break. And of course, I set stop loss right below my 0.2, and I take TP right there, right? And I was able to actually scale in and take my TP all the way to about 50 pips, which I will show you in the live video as well. So how I was able to, just scale in that time and actually take the trade. So this was actually a very, very simple setup, right? I like to wait, okay, for the New York session. Okay, I've been recently trading the New York session alone. I have not been really on the London session as much. London session is still a volatile market that you can trade, But I've honestly just been waiting for the New York session to hit. That's where all the news is, and that's when really gold starts to pop off. And I'm really been just trading the index market and the crypto market. So those are the times where like those markets really like to move. So I haven't been able to, well, I didn't have to trade the London session. All right, guys. So I've just been focusing on New York session. Okay. So during that time, right, during the New York session, we look for the setup. Like I said again, uptrend. Okay. Now, if this was a downtrend, right, you will look for the same pattern, but a rising, right? So as it's going down, you want to see some sort of like a rising pattern like this, right? It's creating some sort of structure as it's rising, and that will give you that bearish continuation to the downside. Okay. And if you're not familiar with these patterns, I have a full video of this on my breakout trading and my pre-breakout trading setups where I talk about all these patterns. All right, guys. So pretty simple here, right? We don't need market replay mode because we have the live footage, and we'll go ahead and talk about, you guys see that spike there. That's when news came at 8:30. You know, I actually took out one of my VIP members because they had the spread here. So that's another key note here, guys, is if you are trading, right, and you're using TradingView and MT4 at the same time, make sure you guys consider the spread, right? So if your stop loss, right, you set stop loss here, make sure on MT4 you put it a little bit lower, because how spread works, it has a bid and ask price, right? And this is how the spread works. Okay, so you'll see your bid and your ask price, right? And then your entry, right? Your entry here, and your stop loss right here. So you guys got to keep in mind that bid and ask price, right? The first touch is what's going to actually stop y'all. And what brokers like to do is they like to spread out the spread, right? And sometimes that spread can spread out to here. It can be this close, right? It's just moving. It's constantly moving. The spread is constantly moving. So if the brokers decide, right, to move the spread like this, all it has to do is touch it like that, and you get stopped out. Even though, right, the spread is here, and the market, let's draw this out here, and the market is here. It doesn't matter where the candle is currently, right? If the market is here, but the spread is here, right, this can still stop you out, guys. So just keep in mind that spread widens, and it can definitely stop you guys out. All right. So I hope that was clear for you guys. So let's go ahead and go over to the live footage, and let's talk about, you know, the actual trade that happened on gold. All right, guys. So as you guys can see here, this is exactly where we placed the trade. As you can see on the left hand side, I have my false breakout areas drawn out just in case, you know, we get into any turbulence. And, you know, I like to use those candle confirmations as far as like when I am in the trade and when I should get out of the trade, right? So pretty simple. Like, we entered the trade, everybody was good. We had a stop loss, all that good stuff, right? I already went ahead and drew out my extension and everything like that, but I did show you guys, you know, how to draw that out. Now I'm just switching between the markets, looking at NAS as well, because we were actually I was looking at NAS and I was waiting for this buy on this ascending triangle, but we did miss it because our primary focus was on gold. So I'm just going over the market a little bit there. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, just fast forward a little bit until like where the action was. Okay, so gold is taking off a little bit, but let's go ahead and, you know, fast forward to when we were starting to hit news. Okay, and this is also very important too. NTG loves to split his screen. Okay, so if you guys didn't know, as a trader, like as a professional trader, we definitely like to have multiple monitors to look at the different time frames of the charts. Okay, now you don't need like 4, 5, 6, 7 monitors. Obviously, you don't need that much. You know, you just want to be able to look at the different time frames so that you can understand what each time frame is doing. And I like to reference the 1 minute because the 1 minute can give me like those very close entries to get out of the trade. And I like to look at the overall market on the 5 minute when I'm scalping. Okay, guys, but this takes a lot of skill. This is not, you know, oh, if I look at the market all the time with different monitors, like I'm going to be a good trader. Like, no, like the skill is still there. Like I can trade one monitor easily, obviously, but this just makes it my life easier and less of a headache when I trade gold. So I have my monitor split here, and we're just looking at both of the charts here from the 1 minute on this side and the 5 minute on the other side. And as you guys can see, the market playing out. So from here, I'm going to continue. Now I'm just going to fast forward to when we had the huge spike in the market that almost stopped us out. So that was going to be around the 8:30 time. So let me see here. Just keep fast forwarding into that time. And what I'm doing now is just I'm drawing out zones here of like support that I see on the 1 minute that information I can't see on the 5 minute. And that's why I like to have the two screens split so that I can see that information from the 1 minute to the 5 minute. And obviously, you know, I can make, you know, faster decisions on the lower time frame. But in this case, this was news. So I already knew news was going to move a little bit too fast for me to read. So, but you know, you can do as much as possible. I'm looking at Naj right now, still waiting for that buy, but we did end up missing it anyway. So let's go ahead and I'm just looking at different charts and everything like that, explaining to the VIP group here. So let's go ahead and I'm still going to jump to that candle here. I believe this is the moment right here. Let me skip again. Okay. No, that's not it. Waiting until the news hit. And keep going. All right. Okay, so this should be around the time where news was about to hit. Yes. All right, so there we go. So as you guys can see, and it's a funny thing that one of my members asked me, you know, hey NTG, like, what do you do when it comes to news? Well, you guys know I'm not a fundamental trader, so everything stays the same. Majority of the time when news comes out, the trade goes in my direction, right? I'm pure technical price action trader. I don't use fundamentals, you know, to influence my analysis or anything like that, or to change my plan. Everything stays the same. And you guys see that hard drop that gold gave us. But there's no need to panic, right? You know, you don't need to panic on these things. News is a very manipulative thing that happens, but overall you want to stick to your trading plan, guys. And what I always advise you guys, if you guys know there is news that day, lower your risk. Don't have big stop losses with big lots, because that essentially is going to blow your account. Okay, a lot of volatility happens here when news is playing. Gold is spiking to the downside, as you can see, and it's spiking to the upside. And you know, it's trying to confuse traders. It's like, okay, should I buy it? Should I sell it? Get out, buy it, sell it. And that's what you guys end up doing, right? You end up selling it. It's like, oh no, it's going down. Oh no, it's going up. And you're closing and adding, closing and adding, closing and adding, and you don't know what to do. You have no direction when you guys are in a trade. So make sure you guys are just staying on your plan, okay? Staying disciplined to your plan, and just let the trade run, right? If this hit my stop loss, that's okay. That's fine. I stuck to my trading plan. But as NTG, if I didn't stick to my trading plan, right, and I got out this trade thinking, you know, gold was going to stop me out, well, what essentially would have happened was I would have missed out on some good profit. So this is why I always preach the importance of trading psychology, because you can have a nice system, a nice trading plan, and when you guys don't follow it, you guys are not following it like how we are executing right now, that's when everything starts to backfire on you. Okay, guys, so just make sure you guys keep that in mind when you guys are trading. Make sure you guys sticking to your trading plan. Okay, so now as you can see, that 1 minute support, you know, that you can't see on the 5 minute, that's holding up very, very well. I'm feeling very confident. I see that engulfing right there on that support. Now gold did give us a little bit of a headache, you know, trying to go up and go down. At times it seemed like it wasn't going to go up, and then at a certain time it seemed like it's going to go down, but it goes back up. So we're just, you know, waiting for everything to settle down before we start actually doing these. And now you can see I'm using the 1 minute to actually draw another zone of resistance, and I'm actually going to use that break, right, to scale in. So I'm gonna add a couple extra positions. This wasn't a big trade. I made $1,000 out of it, you know, just to, you know, really teach the members, you know, how to stay in trades and all that good stuff. So we're just watching the market right now. It's still reacting to that resistance. I didn't add a position yet. I'm still waiting for it to break above. Okay, so I'm waiting for that break above, and that was the break above there. As you guys can see, that was the break where I started to actually add positions right there. And then as you guys can see, you know, gold is now actually going towards our TP area. So now that we're looking at that, right, it blew way past our TP area. So now I can trail at this point, right? I can use stop loss to trail, and I'm using that I'm using this on the desktop, guys. You guys know I trade on the desktop. I do not trade on my phone. So desktop is way faster and it's way more professional. So if you guys do not trade on your desktop, I really highly recommend it. I know a lot of you guys can't because you're at work and stuff like that. But when you have the chance, when you want to trade, try to use your computer. It's so much easier and smoother. Okay, guys. So as you guys can see, I have my stop loss at the 722, and then what I'm doing is I'm just going to be trailing it behind the candles on the 1 minute, right? And we actually were able to get out at the perfect time. So as I was, you know, trailing, right, with my trail stop loss here, I'm letting them know now. Well, at this point here, this is where I actually closed positions at this peak here. This was the max peak of my TP that I had drawn out. And right at this moment, this is exactly when gold reversed completely. So that's why it's also important, guys, to take your TP. Because as you guys can see, as soon as we hit TP, gold came all the way back down, right, to our entry point. So it came all the way back down to our entry point. And this is why I emphasize the importance of you guys getting out of your trades, guys. So make sure you get out of your trades, take your profit, be happy with your profits and all that good stuff. Okay, guys. So that's pretty much it for this video. Pretty much covered everything that I wanted to cover as far as, you know, what we were looking for, the technical analysis, the psychology, taking TP, you know, how to trade these breakouts, news, you know, manipulation, and keeping up with your psychology. All right, guys. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys did, give your boy a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, I would definitely provide, because these videos are very important. Live trades are very important to see. You guys definitely need to see that to, you know, match the psychology of when you guys are placing trades, because like I said before, it's easy to tell you guys a strategy and explain a strategy, but you also have to see it work live, right? You have to actually see it be executed in the market. So whenever I have live trades available for my VIP members, of course, guys, you guys know I will transition, cut it, and, you know, make it available to you guys. All right. Just so that you guys get that, you know, that vision of seeing the market live that way. All right, guys. So like I said before, if you guys really enjoyed that video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna have a lot more detailed content like this. I definitely want to, you know, improve the education aspect of the NTG Academy on the channel. All right, guys. So it was your boy NTG, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.